Greetings, dear hearts. How are you? It's Ms.D here with Sunday warm-ups. Also experimenting with cameras. Um, what I'm trying to do is I have a camera that gets a shot of the desk and allows you to see me here. So far this morning, every time I try to do it, it knocks this feed out. So if it knocks me out, I'll be right back. I'm just going to try to do this real quick and see if it knocks us off. Well, didn't knock me off, but what it did do was not give me what I was looking for. That's just technical difficulties. I'm not going to worry about that. But so much today, I don't know why that's not working. That camera won't give me the shot. So I'm going to have to try to figure something out. How can I get you a shot of the desk? Let's try a side view for today. I thought I had this under control, everybody. So you can at least see the desk, but that's a bad glare. Let's see if I turn that off, how that looks. Because I want to do this live, I'm going to do it this way. It's not the best angle, but it'll get us something. And I'm just going to sit here and do my warm up and start. I do not like that angle. I have to play with that camera, but that's for next time before we start a live. What I'm doing today is finishing up some projects and creating one. Before I get to the journal we was working on last week, give a second to see if people find me on. I'm hoping Cheryl finds me on because I worked on the journal she and I was doing. Um, but I do have something I have to finish up, and that's my card to my niece, to Hannah. I have the card just about done. I want to finish it up this morning for a warm up. I got the little handwritten note done, and we're just going to tuck that in. And I wanted to just do a couple little embellishments on it, and then Hannah's card will be ready for her. Okay, so I want to do a little something on the front, trying to see what I'm want to use. I'm so sorry about this angle. I don't know why that camera did not come on so that I could just do the desk. I tell you, each week I'm finding that I have, oh, kind of like that, have one technology issue after the other. Last week it was the whole computer system. So I have a new HP again. This time we have a laptop pavilion, and it has all the bangs and whistles. My son-in-law Michael, thank you, Michael, for being a great son-in-law. Went out shopping with me and helped me buy a system that would do what I could do. Look at Ms.D. Taking that off, I see a bracelet can be made out of that. Let's put that there and see what we create after I get done with this out of that. Ooh, I kind of like this for a trim. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to be working on getting the things off the desk, get Hannah's card made, and hopefully Cheryl will pop in and I can show her what was going on in the journal. I did make a video during the week uh, doing the pages in that journal and showing her the process of how to finish it. Came up with an idea I want to work on this weekend for an idea journal. So I'm going to actually make another one just like the one I made here live, but I'm going to use it for ideas. Okay. I like that. So I can move some of that off the desk. Kind of was liking that gold. That's a little sparkly, little sparkly. Hannah's a young adult. I don't know if she's still into the glitz and bangs, so I'm not gonna throw that at her. Okay, just moving some of the stuff. I want to glue that down. Let's use some art glitter glue. Again, I'm sorry about the angle, but I hope you can see. The camera is showing me directly in front of me, and let me see that you're seeing all this stuff I have over here, which before I glue that down, if I don't lose those pieces, which I that blue is so much like what's going on the desk, I probably will lose it, but these are things I'm gonna try to put in the journal. This card for Hannah. I'm gonna leave those right there. And just playing around. I had been doing over the week images that I'll use for background. You guys seen her. I'm working on putting her on canvas. I don't know if I showed you guys what I've been playing with my football hero Kaepernick, and the image I'm painting up with him. I'm working on that. Loving that. And of course, over here is the journal that we made last week that I'm gonna decorate a page. Wait a little bit for that to see if Cheryl pops in. And the journal I'm gonna make just like that one. All right, that's getting it just cleared off pretty quick. And these little strips that are sticking to me are some things I think I might put in this card for Hannah, some other images. So let's glue that down, get that one project out the way. How are you? I really have been working on the channel, trying to get the equipment together. It is my mission to do these Sunday warm-ups every week. And I want to have the equipment and the setup so that is nice for you to watch. So let's glue this baby down. And I better be careful. Let's put a piece of paper in the middle. I got art glitter glue here. I like these Sunday warm-ups. They kind of get me ready in a timely manner to create. I could just get all this equipment to work the way I want it to work. I do like the going live. It cuts that. Ooh, that's a lot of glue. Cuts down on the editing because we get what we get and we just go with it. That's a lot of glue. That's hard to tell the right side from the wrong side. That's cute. Gonna finally get this in the mail to my niece. She made a handmade card for me. That was lovely. I showed it to you. It was beautiful. And so I want to send her one in return. Where'd that other piece of lace go? See, I knew that was going to happen. It must have hit the floor. Let this one hang over a little bit since this flaps over. Let's put that up a little higher. There we go. That's pretty. It looks like it could use a little sparkle to me. I like bling. I'm one of those girls that like the shiny. That's going to be cute when it dries. And then what else can we put on there? Give her a little shiny, a little shiny. I want to put something in this little fold. And I was playing with this bear and this. So let's cut that a little bit and see if we can get that on there. Kind of like the house like it is right there. Fussy cut around this. It's been an interesting week, and I'm looking forward to this new week starting. It was interesting, and there was lots of conversations going on about the days, the times that we're living in, where people were talking about, whether they're going to get the shot, not get the shot, what they're going to do. We're in Washington State here, and parts of the state has been rolled back a level as our numbers have gone up. Like I'm seeing lots of places in the country where the numbers have gone up in rolling back stages and phases. So that's been interesting. I'm still working from home, which I actually like. So we can keep that. My employer hasn't felt like it was time for us to go back into the office, and I'm so glad because I'm not quite ready. I have been more productive at home. And so this was a paper from some candy, gummy bear, peach rings, actually. And I thought this little bear was so cute. And when we're making junk journals, that's what we do. We use packaging and junk mail and anything that we have that come in the house. Instead of throwing it away, we get creative with it. And I thought this little bear was so cute. So I'm going to try to dress it up and put it on here. And use that. So this fussy cutting isn't my favorite thing to do. I find some of the crafters love fussy cutting. To me, not so much. Let's see. Something like that. Maybe we need a little more background in there. I want to make sure it fits in this pocket. That's one thing I want to do. I might could trim that just a wee bit more so it goes in there smoother. Just a hair. There we go. That's cute. A little more fussy cutting. Like that. And I think I'll put a little color on the background. And that'll be cute. Alrighty. I jumped into this warm up pretty fast and already feel the creative juices going, ready to get crafting already. So I'll put a little of this blue for background in here. Oops. That's not the best brush. So I have some coffee over here that I want to coffee dye some paper for the journal that I'm going to make for my idea book. And maybe a little green on the bottom. Yeah, this angle's not so great. Got me reaching in front of you. Forgive me. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. We can do it like that. I like that. Glue that down. I'm trying to get consistent. I'm going to make Sundays my warm up time, 1 o'clock every Sunday. So people can get used to finding me each week. People last week had a hard time as I had all that computer issues and the warm up actually couldn't even get done on Sunday. I ended up making a little video on Monday. I hope you guys got the little note that I sent. I made a little short video letting everybody know that I could have to postpone the Sunday warm up because I didn't want people come looking for me and I'm not there. The one thing I want to do is be consistent when you can find me. And so for sure, I'm going to be doing a Sunday warm up every Sunday and probably one video through the week of whatever craft is going on, whether I'm painting, crafting, whatever. But for sure, you'll find the Sunday warm up. And I'm going to make the time 1 o'clock. I was a little bit later than 1 today because I discovered that camera wasn't working. But hopefully I'll have all that worked out by the end of the week. I feel like I want that a little bit stiffer. So let's put another index card with it on it. That'll make it stiffer. And I can decorate the back a little bit. And I'm just gonna do my best to do a straight cut. And I'm gonna glue that before I trim the rest. All right. That's pretty cute. Now let's put something on the back of it. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. A little something right there for the shiny. Oh, if I put that over there and this over here, that would be cute. Let's do that. You feel the creative juices starting to go? That's what warm-up's all about. I'm always putting my hands in the glue. I like to touch and feel. Okay. We'll let that set up. It's cute. Little trim. And I'm going to maybe put something on the back before I cut the lace off on the front. What can we put on the back? Could be a writing spot. You could turn it this way and write a little something on the back. So let's maybe put a little stamp on it. Her colors are blue and pink. Let's find a stamper that's not too, ooh, that blue, purple, and let's make a little stamp. Oh, that's a pretty color. Let's see. We can, oh, we could use a butterfly. See, we have, oh, I want maybe put the butterfly over the front. Give it a little jazz on the front. Oh, yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty. That's what we'll do with that. I like that. Okay. So here we're going to ink it up with the purple. Make a little writing spot for her. So this card is something like the journals. It has the same kind of theme where it's an interactive card where she gets the letter from me. She gets a couple of little surprises in the pockets. And Hannah has just moved out of home. So this little road map could be cute. But we put it on the inside here. Like that. Little glue stick will work on that. Hey Cheryl, I'm glad you're here. I want to show you the journal pages that got done. Did you happen to see the video I made during the week last week? I was working on those pages and I was thinking of you. I've been calling it Cheryl's journal. As soon as I finish this card to Hannah, I will show you that and we'll do a little things in it. Yes, you can use magazine cutouts for your journal, indeed. Actually, that's part of the craft. We call it junk journaling, and we take magazine images and uh, paper book images and use those in our journals and cards. Yeah, you sure can. If you look on my channel, you'll see some of the things I have done just like that. Okay. Um, I saw you just got here, so I'm finishing up the card I was making for my niece. She had sent me a card some time ago, and so I'm making one in return for her. So I'm just finishing that up. Let's make it a little tag. And see what I'm going to use for lace on it or string. This is called a tag. And they're just little writing spaces. Like she can write on the back, she can write a little note on the back, and we tuck them in the pockets. So on this card, I made pockets out of the envelope, the clear cellophane and the envelopes we have. I just took some out of the envelopes and made pockets for her card. I'm gonna put a little ribbon in there or a little something to bring that up for her. How about that blue lace that we put on the front? Let's use that again. So, Cheryl, I was apologizing for the camera angle that I have again. I bought a new computer last week because of the problems, but I have software that allows me to let you guys see on the top of my desk and see me as I'm crafting. But when I tried to go live this morning, it said it couldn't get that camera to work and me do it this way. So it's something else I got to work on, which I'll do. So hopefully next week I'll have that angle better. But we're here, we're crafting, we're getting warmed up. I feel like it could use just a little something right there, maybe some words right there. I did put words up here, live your dreams. Let's see what I could put up there for Miss Hannah. Hannah is my niece. She's in her 20s, just hit her 20s, I believe. I think she just turned 20. And she took the time to make me a handmade card, and I absolutely loved it. So I want to make her one in return. Okay, that needs to dry a little bit. Let's see. You guys remember these we made out of the collage paper? We made collage paper and then we turned them into little packets. This has my bookmaking stuff in it. This one has images. And this one has words. I want to put a word up there. You guys get to see this side of my desk, which I usually don't show. So forgive the clutterness, but that's what happens when you're crafting. All right, we got some words from Tim Holtz. He's one of the male crafters that we have, and he is gifted. He creates some beautiful things. Let's see, what words, what words? One day is worth two tomorrows. I kind of like that. Oh, you know, Hannah just moved into her own house. And this card, she's going to be able to set up on a table so she can do it like this. So I'm going to put little cottage right here. And if I have one more of those little butterflies, put a butterfly with it, a little something with it. Let's see. I think the butterflies I have left are a little bit big, and makes that look cluttery. So I'm gonna leave that like that and call that her tag. This, Cheryl, we just cut out from a peach ring pack. The little bear that's on your peach rings, if you eat peach rings, that's where that came from. And we're just gonna tuck this in here. I'm gonna glue that down one more time. And that glue will dry clear. So I'm not gonna put the tag in there just yet. This is the note that I wrote her. It's tucked in. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And maybe one more thing on the outside. So we added the lace this afternoon. And I think I'm going to put those butterflies on there. And we're going to call that Hannah's card. And then I'll go to the journal that we made last week. and show you what we're doing in that. I think 2 butterflies are enough. What do you think? Is that enough? Yeah, it is really cool how you can use everything that's around. And these little stickers actually came from the dollar store. And so I use those. And what I don't do is like they come off of here. I have the hardest time peeling this paper. So what I do is a little cheat is I just go ahead and glue them down like they are. Some people have all the patience in the world to sit and pull all that. That's not Miss D's thing. And so I just go ahead and glue them down. And you can add a little color to the edges if you wanted to. Like if you wanted to pop the edges with a little ink. That's looking cute. I kind of want it simple on the outside because we have so much going on the inside. I really should wait until that dry. Little impatient, little impatient. But I don't want that to get stuck in there, so I am gonna wait, let that dry. Okay, I'm thinking that looks pretty cute for Miss Hannah. The main thing was to get the note back to her. Matter of fact, let me just paper clip this here so I don't forget when it dries before I put it in the envelope to put it in that pocket. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. I did have an envelope for Hannah already. Let's see if we can find that on the desk. Got a lot going on the desk. As usual. Oh, there was one thing I kind of wanted to add this out here, didn't I? Just give a little extra. Just about like that. That should be good. Well, those scissors are hiding from me. That's why I keep 560 pairs around. And we're just going to glue this loosely to the outside of this. Let's go this way. Cut that a little short, didn't I? Just a little bit. I don't want it to be short. Was this one longer? Missed it with the cut. So we're gonna just have to make it work. The beauty of all this background imagery is you can't see y'all, but it's a near miss. And let that dry. I'm gonna hold it for a second. Let it tag down. So how are you, Cheryl? What you been doing? Oh, I'm glad you like the butterflies. Newness of life. Yeah. Hannah has just moved in. Her parents have bought her a little home. So she has her first little house. Oh, I appreciate this. You enjoying this each Sunday. I definitely have been thinking about you all week with that other journal that we're fixing to go to, because you showed such interest in it. Okay, I need to clamp this down so that I can move on. That's what happens when you're doing things live. You have to move a little faster than you normally would. But that's okay. That's what we have these things for, right? We'll clamp it down and it will be all glued. And I'll come back to it before I leave and let you see what's going on with that. I'm going to stick a piece of paper in between there, and we're just going to move on. I'll show you it at the end after it dries a little bit. All right, where's my little hand wipes? That was about gone. And I'm gonna, Cheryl, pull out the journal we was making a couple weeks ago and show you what I've done, and move on to doing it a little bit more in it. We can start decorating the pages, getting it ready for use. And then I'm gonna off camera, after we get done, I'm gonna make another one I'm calling my idea journal, where I'm gonna make one just like that. In each page, the little things that I make for journals, I'm gonna put on a page of that. And so you'll see that probably on warm up Sundays, me planning those pages. So this is the one I'm going to make. This is the one we worked on. So if you didn't see the video, Cheryl, I have already gone and sewn the pages in. So we have our pages in there now. And all I did was a little book stitching. And I'll show you on the one that I'm making how we do that. Real simple. So what I wanted to do in today was show you that we're working on it. Hi, Jasmine, Diva Lynn. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Oh, you just missed. I was working on the card for Hannah. I'll show it at the end. Just missed the putting on the finishing touches of that. I'm loving it. Now we're moving on to the journal that I've been calling Cheryl's journal. Cheryl's in the chat, so everybody say hi to Cheryl. She's a crafter. She's starting to like junk journals. That makes her special in my world. Okay. So one of the things I was thinking was to put a cover on it. And everybody that just joined in, we have a terrible camera angle because something went wrong with my second camera again this morning. So I can't get the overhead shot. So you guys are having to see belly and chest and all of that. So just know Ms.D is Ms.D. She a human being. So you see all that. But this is what I could do for right now to make sure we went ahead and had our live this morning. All right. So Cheryl, we have all these yummy pages to decorate. I did go ahead and glue this one down last week. Let's find a page to play with. What are we gonna do in our journal this week? We got all these yummy spots. that we could play with. I'm just going to pick a page and we're going to create together. Poetic Angels, I'm calling this your page. I know you like these images here. And I love this. This center is one of my favorite pieces. I do want to cut these strings. Let's make them even. And you can either put charms on them or you can leave them just blank. I think at some point maybe I'll put some cowrie shells on the end and think about it a little bit. Oops. One of the pages glued together. All right, let's see. What are we gonna work on? What page? I feel like I wanna make a pocket with a cup. I like the music pages. Or do you guys want to see some painting? I could always paint. Ms.D is good for some painting. I haven't worked these pages all the way open, so you see me pressing them now. You can always take a bone folder and make sure your pages lay flat. That's something I didn't do as we weren't able to work in the book the way we wanted to. So that's the first signature. If you didn't see the video that I made last week that accompanies this, I talked about the signatures being groups of paper that you put in one group. They're called a signature. So we have 2 signatures in this book. So this is our second signature, this group of papers. And it still needs a little trimming on the end, but I like to save that till I work on the page. So this is a bigger picture of like what we did for Hannah. She's starting to be an image that I use a lot. I just want to show you the 2 together. Oh, that's dried just about that fast. I still feel like I could cut that a little bit. I'm gonna cut that a little bit. But you see, those are similar images. I'm loving this image, but she gets a little different each time we make her. So let's just trim that. It felt like it was really snug going in there. Trim that just a little bit. Oh, am I off camera? Let it go in there without being so snug. Round the edges. So yes, Cheryl, instead of like I painted these images, you could just use a magazine image. You could paint on top of the magazine image or use collage and do the same thing. I just like to paint, so a lot of times there's Hannah's card, all completed. I didn't do anything to the note that's extra special. Let's curve the edges on the note. Let's see. Got a lot going on over here. Look at the one little thing. Oh, there we go. My corner maker. See how that just curves the corners? That makes it look a little more not so just a piece of paper. Nice rounded curved corners. And should I put anything on the outside? Thinking about it, thinking about it. Did we have one more of those butterflies? Yep. Just one. We'll add one more. I know I get happy with the butterflies. I love butterflies too, Cheryl. There we go. And her note from her auntie. I love the colors of this card. And there's our outside. Cut out case is easy. Cut out. Oh, I want to make one for my living room. Oh, you're talented enough to paint, Cheryl. Like I had mentioned, I just started painting maybe 2, 3 years ago, and I learned how here on YouTube from a lady called Cinnamon Crooney, the art sherper, who is doing acrylic April right now. So every day this month, she's teaching painting lessons for free here on YouTube. She actually was the person I learned to paint from. She says everybody can paint, and she got me painting, so I'm believing her. Okay, so we have Hannah out the way. Mm, excuse me, get a little sip of that coffee. Now, what page are we going to work on in here? Oh, I like this page. That's pretty. Those violet, those purples. I like those colors. Found the missing scissors. I'm trying to put things away as I work because, yeah, as you saw when we came on, the desk wasn't right because I just get crafting all over the desk. You like free? Yeah, me too. So it's the Art Sherper and it's Cinnamon Crooney. Every day this month she is painting and it's called Acrylic April. And so I try to paint with her every day because you learn the techniques. And then every other time of the year, once a week, she gives painting lessons for free. And you can really learn to paint from her. Okay. So one thing I wanted to do was make a pocket in this journal. And this is a great spot for a pocket because it's a great spot to paint on. What do I want to do? Maybe this side I'll make a pocket and I'll save this side for painting. Because this is actually a piece of the canvas paper that I had. So I wanted to do pockets and tags in this. And so I want to do a few of the corner pockets and things like that, just so I could show how to do it. And that'll help me use up some of these scrap bits. These scrap bits came from Hannah's project. So I'm going to use those so we can get those off the desk. Some stencils. Let's make a pocket. What do we want to make a pocket out of? Let's see if I have some paper that's pretty. I'm feeling gold today. Feeling gold today. We can make a gold pocket. We can make a bling bling pocket. Can y'all see the bling bling on that? You see that sparkle? We can use that. Or what can we use? I wanted to use this image. Oh, look at this. I found a piece of paper that matches. Let's make a pocket out of this. And let's use some book page to go with it. Here's a tag that we can use, start using. Oh, wow. Look at that butterfly. Should we stay with the theme of butterflies today? Use that. Let's see if I can find some book page in this pile of stuff we want to use. Images. We could, because I would want to use the images. Want to use, there's some book page. I knew there had to be some somewhere close to me. Okay. So this is what we're going to choose to use. This is the fun part of crafting, is all the good supplies and tools you get to use and being creative with it. See what we can make. Like this tag was made out of the junk that comes in the mail. You know how you get those little mailer cards. So I took a mailer card and glued it down and gessoed over the top of it. And I'm gonna make this a little smaller and put the image on that. But using the junk mail, this is a napkin. I love collecting napkins that get from the dollar store. I love that. That's gonna be pretty. This is from the electric bill. But look at the images on it. I love that. So I want to use that. Now, we might put a little glitter with it, maybe not. We might put some gold with it, maybe not. But maybe in that journal that I'm going to make for ideas, we'll use it. But since this paper matches, I'm thinking we will make a pocket out of this and maybe a corner pocket out of the other piece. So I'm just going to slide this over here for a minute. And so this is a regular piece, and this is really light as printer paper. Um, but it's colored that I go to the thrift stores a lot and I pick up paper in the stationery area or the craft area. You can pick up these things for $1, 10 cents, all kinds of cheap prices, the things you can get from crafting in the thrift store. So I just folded that in half. I'm gonna fold it one more time because I want to get a deep crease because I'm gonna cut this in half. The bone folder makes deep creases. And I could be really careful and cut this with scissors, or I could do the rip technique, or I could pull out my paper cutter. Let's pull out the paper cutter because isn't this one cute, y'all? I have like 3 or 4 paper cutters because I, enjoy a good craft tool. Um, and this makes nice straight edges. But if you don't have one, a pair of scissors is just as good to cut down that crease that I made, or just rip it, fold it and rip it. Either way, it's just as good. I was being stingy with the cut, so it didn't cut all the way. And it might be a little crooked. There we have it. Little rough cut, need a new blade. But for what we're doing, that's okay. So I want to do 2 things. I want to make a corner pocket and a regular pocket. So for our regular pocket, all we really have to do is see how big we want it in our book. And I like a good sized pocket for putting things in. This book is going to kind of be our show and tell. So we're going to keep it this size, but maybe trim it to the size of the page. So we're just going to put a fold. We don't even have to trim it. We can put this in the inside of the pocket. And we're going to fold up at the top because we want it to look nice and smooth, have smooth gliding in or out. So I'm just making some folds. And you can be as finicky or as predicate-nickety as you want to be. Me, I just kind of like to let it have that human touch, so I don't need everything to be just perfectly everything. Like that's good to me. And then we're gonna just glue that down a little bit. Whoops. Just regular old glue stick. Okay. And I don't want to hold you guys too much. So y'all tell me when it's been too long. Because I crapped all day. So we either can put the pockets on this side and have the purple across, or we can put it here. I like it across. So all we got to do before we put it on, let's jazz it up. I kind of like that butterfly on there. And I'm thinking to cut around it, but I really like the flowers on there too. Whoa. This is my thing. I want it all to show. So we could trim it down a little bit and let it be like that and keep every flower. How does that look to you all? Or should I cut the butterfly out? I like the blue with it. Across is good. Okay, okay. I'm glad. You're my kind of people, okay? So all I'm going to do, I'm going to get really fancy with it, is I'm going to pull it apart. Because all napkins come with 2 or 3 plies. So I just pull one ply off. That's just that white paper. And then there's another ply after that. That makes the third. And I'm going to pull that off too. This is going to make this butterfly lake nice on our page. See? And now we can see our purple through that. And how we're going to glue that on with some good old decoupage. Or Mod Podge, I should say. So I'm going to first get this where I want it on the page, on the pocket. Right about like that looks good to me. Oh, that was really pretty. Can y'all see how pretty that looks with the purple coming through? And I'm gonna put my finger right in the middle because the thing of napkins in a Mod Podge is it'll wrinkle up, and once it gets down, it's down. So you wanna know where you're putting what you're putting when you do it. So I'm getting a smooth layer underneath. And I'm just gonna lay that back and be real gentle and smooth it out and try not to get many wrinkles or bubbles. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other half. And I'll be real gentle. Smooth that down. Then I'm gonna, while that's drying, watch the wrinkles. Don't wrinkle on your rib. So I'm gonna catch this side. I don't want to use napkins because that'll stick. And I'm just gonna glue this edge over with the Mod Podge. I love this napkin. I think it's so pretty. I did photocopy it, so I have it in black and white now. And this side going inside the pocket, so we're not being all precious with that. But just because I don't want that glue to hold me up and I'm trying to go fast, I'm gonna lay this up here. Because I'm ready to glue it already in the journal. This will stop it from catching and sticking on the inside. You don't have to do this. This is optional. It's Ms.D being extra. Okay. And we want to fill this up. Real gentle. Ooh, that's looking so beautiful. And I'm just going to take the Mod Podge and gently go over the outside of this, and that'll seal this on here. Is this a good angle? Are you guys seeing? Well, this is satisfying. I love playing with Mod Podge. It seals in. You can take photos, old photos, and do this. And they look so pretty, even black and whites. Oh, hello, Yetunde. Welcome. Okay, that's looking good. Now we're gonna put it on after it dries, but while we're waiting for that to dry, let's decorate our corner pocket. So for the corner pocket, and I could take the blow dryer, but since we have to make the corner pocket, I'm just gonna let it sit for a minute and dry that way, and we'll make our corner pocket. So yeah, Tunde, we got a bad angle today, but we're going on. We're going on. Okay. Now for our corner pocket, I'm gonna see how little it would be if we fold this on an angle. I might want to use a different piece of paper because I want it bigger. So let me see. Let me feel it. I want these pages are pretty big. We made this journal pretty big. That's pretty decent. That's looking pretty decent. So all I did was fold on an angle in half. You see? And then we stick it over here. Oh, we're gonna have to decorate that up because that's blending in. And we'll be able, you know what? That's okay. We'll decorate it. We'll be okay. We'll decorate it. Let's see one other thing about how deep I can go. This is part of the joy, this creating part. I can change my mind just like I just did. Because if it goes wrong, it's just paper, right? And most of the time I'm using junk paper that comes in from the mail. Stuff I would have thrown away anyway. Either way, I'm getting that same angle. I don't know how I do. Okay. We'll just stick with where we were. So that's going to be our pocket. Let's glue the bottom down. Since I got the decoupage out, just use that. It'll actually give your paper more strength. And it's quick drying too. And let's decorate this before we glue it down. We haven't used that book page yet. Oh, but we got that image, don't we? Let's see if we can get this image on here. How much is this? Let's do a little cutting. Yay Tunde, this is the piece of electric bill stuffing. You know how they in your electric bill they always got some extra stuff. And since we're making junk journals, we're using the junk. And I don't think that's junk. Some of these pretty images. Let's see how much we have to cut. How much am I going to lose? How much am I going to lose? I want this part of the mount, so it looks like we're going to be from here to here. That's pretty. That's pretty. I can work with that. And the words I'm going to paint out, not to worry, or cover with something else. Not to worry. It won't look like a piece of junk mail when we're done. That purple in there actually matches that paper nice. How that looking to y'all? We could trim that little bit right there. Or we can pretty it up. We got those strips from Hannah's gift. And do that. Have a band. I think I'm just go with the purple. So I'm just going to cut this off. Okay. And these folds, we can leave them on and make the paper stronger, or we can cut them off if we want it flat. Because I think I'm a decoupage on top of this. We're going to go ahead and cut it off. And this time I'm going to throw these strips away so that we don't have more strips that we got to use or later that becomes our scrap pile. I don't know if I showed y'all this morning, but that comes from the work I was doing on Hannah's card. That's scraps. And this morning I noticed my copier paper for my printer. I bought a new pack and it was bigger than my copy paper, so I had to cut it down. So I have all these scraps. So I got to find a way to use those. That was too many to just say I want to throw it away. So I got an idea too how to use it. Might be weaving a page like a basket. Now this will be cute if I make this a pocket and this will be a pocket, and that's what we're going for. So we want to use the art glitter glue. We can get a fine tip. Let's do it here. And here. So we're just going to line that up on the edges. So I just glued down 3 sides. I glued this side down at the bottom, and here on the side. Right? That's looking pretty. And that gives us a pocket. And when we glue this on our page, that's going to give us our corner pocket. I'm feeling that. I want to trim this up, make this neat. That looked like I need a little bit of decoupage. Yeah, decoupage is one of my favorite tools. Here's what else paper. Okay. So we want to paint out these words and make them fit in. Oh, y'all get to see the junky side of the desk with this angle. Okay. How are we going to address this? Are we going to paint it or are we going to cover it up? Now, y'all know I've been feeling butterflies today. That butterfly is perfect with that if I just cover that. And the other side, I have a butterfly. I say let's butterfly it. So what we're going to do is try to match the scenery a little bit with just a little bit of paint, just a little bit of paint. So this is a little green. So let's just fade this out a little bit. Little green. It's a dark green, but we just want it in the background, so we're not going to trip too much. Act like we're about it. Because this is dark up here, I'm going to put a little darker up there. I can act like this is some trees down here. Fade those in. And we want to darken it up just a little bit because our background has darker. And we're playing with purple. Purple Majesty. Is that what that mountain is? Okay, okay. Let's add a little darkness with our purple. Just a drop. That's looking pretty good to Miss D. Looking pretty good. Could be a little hair darker, but I'm all right with that. I'm feeling it. Feeling it. And then we have a couple words up here, which is, it says March, April 21. Now, because we're putting this in a journal, I'm okay leaving that there. Because if the journal, somebody has the journal and it's 2025, I'm leaving that there and I'm okay with it. How about y'all? How y'all feel about that? Okay. Cheryl likes it. Oh, she's liking the across. Okay, this is almost dry. I am going to turn the dryer on for 2 seconds and dry that so that I can finish that up and not hold y'all up too long. Now, if you like longer videos during the week, I make, excuse me, I'm just plugging in my hair dryer. I move things around so everything was unplugged. I make whole tutorial videos that are longer. But on the live, I try not to hold you too long. Oh, I actually like that. That's pretty. That feels dry. And that feels dry. Cool. I don't think we need too much else. I kind of like that. I want to see this one on the book because we might need to put a little embellishment on the side just to pop it out from the page. But I don't know if we need any bling or anything more. I'll take a look as we lay it in. Put it upside down. Let's find our page again. Oh, I'm going to just turn it back. I think it was these two. So we said we were going to put the butterfly over here. So let's do that. So we're going to glue 3 sides again to make a pocket. We'll use this to glue it down 3 corners. So down the side seam, down the bottom. Oh, better look at your image and make sure you have your image in the right position, top or bottom. Only thing about this art glitter glue is this little hole that it comes out. It gets clogged up pretty easy, but it's some good glue. And then up this side, like a horseshoe, and you're making a pocket. Then we just want to lay it on our page, corner to corner. And we're a little bit off on the outside end, but I can trim that. Yeah, it needs just a little trim, just a little. It's the kind of way I hit the bottom. But I think I might leave that long because you never know what I'm going to do on this other page on the bottom. And that's the beauty of the art journal is you don't want them to look so neat that they look like they were published from a publishing company. I did buy an art journal from a publishing company, and it did not feel the same as one of the junk journals. It didn't have enough earthiness in it. Okay. All right. There's a pocket. Oh, I'll stick the tag in there so you can see. Okay. So that's a pocket. And let's do our corner pocket. As I said, some of the pages, still need trimming, but a lot of times I put lace on the edges of the paper and things like that. Now, how do you guys feel about that purple on purple? But at a different phase, we might decorate like whatever we tuck in the inside. Let's just put it on here and see how we feel. So we're making a corner pocket. So we're going to go up the side, down this side like a L. And then we round that corner. Okay. And go to the bottom and the sides, just lining it up. And the beauty of this paper matching is you can't see any little imperfections. It does make me think, though, that maybe a little border or something right there so you can see the pockets. And usually I would do this before I glue down, but to jump the gun, we'll do it now. I'm going to try to find a color that I can hit the edges with and make them pop with the ink. Cool, cool. You see that little pop? You can now see the edge just because we put the ink on the edge. And that makes me want to paint like a moon or something over there. But today we're only doing pockets and tags, pockets and tags. So I'm going to back off. Oh, but there's another butterfly laying around. Look at this. Oh, y'all. Y'all feel me? Y'all feel that butterfly? Or have I gone butterfly crazy? I think it needs to be there. Y'all better hurry up and tell me, should it be there? Take it off, leave it on. You got until I put these inks away. Cheryl said that works. Anybody else got an opinion? All right, me and Cheryl's feeling it. Me and Cheryl's feeling it. I hear yes from Jasmine, who I'm thinking is Erica, Poetic Just Angel. Okay. So let's do that. Let's put that butterfly look good to me. I'm just gonna pop the edges a little bit. And we're gonna glue that baby in there. Like I said, you could peel these stickers, but I find that A, it's hard to peel them, and B, the adhesive on it doesn't last as long as this art glitter glue. And so your stuff might leave you after some time. So I just go ahead and glue them. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I do so myself. I like that. And I'm just going to give the page a little pop. Ooh, that's a different color on that, but that's okay. One of the focuses of art journals is junk journals is supposed to look old and worn, loved. So that's why you see me adding the ink to the pages and stuff. And you can throw a little in there to calm that don't look so. And I had that other purple. Now I'm playing. This is where the creative happens. I just have this other purple that I was really feeling. Let's see. Ooh, look at this. Let's use a different stamp so I don't get too mucky. Let's use this stamp. Throw a little blue, purple in the background. Oh, that's pretty. Can you guys see that coming up at all? Oh, you found some 3D butterflies? Yeah, I have a couple. But the dollar store has big ones and flowers that I really like from that dollar store. These right here. Oh, from the dollar store. They're beautiful. Love butterflies. And then I also okay, I'll put these up later. Y'all know how I do the crafting. I start pulling stuff down and laying it around. But I found these from, remember I was talking about a guy named Tim Hopes, that's a crafter. He sells these butterflies, all kinds, pretty butterflies. So yeah, I love butterflies. I see you've been to the dollar store 3 times this week. Oh, I like that. That's another one now because we're gonna make a tuck, and that'll be the last thing we do today. Put little tucks in the pockets, and that'll. I like the way I did that. Like this might need a little something, something too, but I'll think about that at the end. These are called distress inks. These little inks that I'm using on the edges. And Ms.D like a lot of craft stuff. You don't have to have all that stuff. I just like a lot of craft stuff. So this pile of stuff I'll be doing without you all. Now, what we're gonna do for our pockets, we want to stuff them. First things first, I stick the pages. Let's put a little something on the edges of this one. You see, that makes all the difference in the world. Just that. I don't know if you guys are seeing. Just that little bit makes the page start popping. Okay. Nice. I like this electric bill one. That is so nice. I'm a mountain lover. Oh, I was going to put that butterfly down here, wasn't I? Oh, well. Yep, there now. Too much ever. Little bling. Oh, we can put that on the tag. Okay. Gonna make our tag. This tag, if you've been with me for a little minute, you know that I talk about my son-in-law to be and my daughter buying an RV from an auction, and it was full of crap materials. And the young lady that apparently lived in that RV was a fellow junk journal maker. And so she did a lot of excuse me, reaching over y'all, but my cap for my glue fell into this jar. Oh, that's a crap no, but that's what it is. And I got to make it work because that's actually color. That's pigment in this jar. Um, so I'm gonna activate it with a little water. And on this tag that I was telling you about, that the fellow crafter that lost her RV made, she made this tag. She did a lot of artwork that was darker, more grungy than what I normally do. So I'm just gonna lift it up a little bit higher, and I'm gonna cut it down just a little bit, and we're gonna use that tag in our journal. So I'm gonna do a quick cut down because she used a lot of gesso and I see it cracking. So I'm just going to cut it down a little bit. And gesso is like a white opaque paint that we usually put on our canvas when we're painting as a bottom layer, what we call underpants on a painting. And, okay, we'll go with that. And let's try to even it up. Go with that. A little bit rounder right in there. You see that make a difference that quick? Just changing things a little bit. The bottom looks a little uneven, but we'll wait till the end to do that. Now, I saw some of that liquid pigment hit the desk, right? Can you see what I'm doing? That liquid powder, once water hits it, it turns it into paint. So I'm going to make us some background with that. Bring this to life just a little bit. I love using the materials that that fellow crafter had, because that RV was full of so many craft materials and so many junk journals that she made, and she would have lost them forever. And it been wasted money. So I just want her to know that a fellow crafter ended up with her stuff, because my daughter and her husband to be brought it to me, and I have incorporated all that stuff into the craft room, and I'm using it, so it's not going to waste. And some of the stuff that she created is just beautiful. I will always point it out when we're in a journal and I use something that she made. Okay, and I'm gonna say that's enough of that. I wanted to coffee dye some stuff. I'm gonna be crafting for a while. So y'all let me know when y'all had enough. And I don't mind people jumping in and out. That's quite all right. Okay. I got a couple of likes in there. I like to see the likes. That helps us YouTube people. Now, what are we gonna do for an image? Cheryl said something about can she use magazine images? Let's play with one just to see her to see. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. I thought I had one laying around. Let's see what we got over here in our desk pile that we were going to use today. Anything we don't use going in this manila envelope. Because I'm going to have the desk cleaned up. So, see if I have any images over here. Ooh, I like stenciling too. Oh, I'm sorry you're buffering, Cheryl. That was me last week. That was horrible. Let's see. Do I have any magazine images? Oh, here's one. Here's a magazine image, Cheryl, that I cut out that we can use on our tag. It looks like spring, summer, right? And I can turn it into a little pocket on this tag. Or I could just glue it down. Do we want to turn it into a pocket and glue it down? I said we turn it into a pocket, so I got to strengthen it because it's a magazine page. It's not that strong, but all we have to do is take a piece of paper, and since we have this scrap paper over here, all we have to do is glue an extra piece of paper on it, and then make it strong enough not to rip or be too glossy. And so I'm just gonna. I love these edges on coffee dye paper, so I'm gonna save that for something else. Got glue all over my hands. And if I was smart, I would have went right in the middle where that rip is and save this piece of paper. I'm gonna do that because the decoupage is just dry if I don't use it where I don't use it. This is how you get to not have to buy a lot of materials. You use what you got. This paper here, I coffee dyed myself, and it came from some paper that my job gave me a few packs of this paper because it had the holes in it. And at our office, we don't, it's copy paper. We don't use copy paper with holes. So they gave it to me free, and I've had it for years. I've used it a lot, and my daughter Stacy, who loved the draw, she used it a lot, and I still got a lot. So that's free paper, free paper. Okay. Now I'm about to do a no-no because I want to cut this out and put it, and I will dry it. I'm not going to do the no-no because you don't want to use your scissors on wet glue. You will destroy your scissors. So don't be in such a big hurry that you do that. Okay. Sorry about the noise, but it sounds good to me. That sounds like a crack room in action. Okay. Now we can cut that out. This is how you get scraps, you see? Every time you use a piece of paper, some is left behind, and we call those scraps. And that's what I'm using mostly on the desk. In the junk journal is the scraps, because you don't throw anything away if you don't have to. Okay. Now we have a blue-ish background going on this. And I'm okay with it. I'm gonna say I'm okay with that because that's the beach back there. So we're just gonna glue that on down, and we're gonna leave it a pocket. I like pockets. Anywhere I can get a pocket, I'm making a pocket, because in junk journals you fill the pocket up with goodies, and so that's what I'll be probably doing next warm up Sunday, is making some of the embellishments that go into a junk journal. One embellishment is this tag. This is an embellishment, but there's thousands of things that we put into our junk journals, and they're fun to make and play with. Now, because this is a magazine image, I'm gonna decoupage over that and maybe put some word over it and say we're about it. Little decoupage, never hurt nobody. And it preserves the image and it makes the paper tougher. Now that looks like it still needs a little piece of Ms.D. Looks a little too plain for me, That's not my style. We got these good old scraps over here, and this blue happens to match the blue in her hat. So if we can bring that out a little bit would be a good thing. I just want to make sure our pocket's working. Okay, the pocket's working. Oh, the one thing I didn't do was put a thumb hole in that other pocket we made. Let's see, how can we get this blue in here with this and make it all seem like it's working? Because that would look like sky. I got an idea. We can make a little, so we're going to use all these scraps. Strip cluster out of the scraps. And we got these scraps, so let's strip that up too. Let's make this strip a little bigger. This is the creative part of journaling. Do this. Some people like this to be straight, these strips, and some people let them flare out. I like that. I think a piece of material with that would make it sing. I just happen to have that little piece of lace hanging around over there. Yeah, buddy. Let's put that. Okay. And what I'm going to do, does it need any more? Could have some words, could be, but the lace is doing enough. So I want to find a big old paper clip. Just happen to find a blue one. And I'm going to run it through this way so it can hang over. Don't forget my hands. I see all this glue on my hands. And we want it to go through so that's hanging over this way. That's secure. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay. And you can either glue or staple these. I kind of go for the staple on this one because you're using fabric and it's a quick fix. So I'm just going into the center of that, kind of up to the top of the paper clip. I'm going to put 2 just to make sure I got everything tucked in. Okay. And I think it's a little long. It's a little long for me. So I'm going to maybe get 2. You know what? I should have went the other way around. But that's just as good. That's just as good. I could unstaple that and do it. Or we can act like we're about it, which I'm going to do. I'm going to trim this part off. This is a neat tag. All right, fellow YouTubers, if this Miss D just created this on the spot, we call this the D tag. And so what I'm going to do is make a hole right here. Now this I probably could repurchase and get a new one. This one really makes me work. But you know what else I could use? Oh, yeah. Oh, it got it. It did it. That needs to be sharper. My all that we use when we're doing bookmaking, just run that through because this is thicker cardboard. That was harder. She really used some thick cardboard and a lot of paper. So right, we did it. We did it. And oh, I like this. That blue matching the lady's hat. I might cut the lace a little higher up so we can see it. It's really cute. So we want to run a piece of material. Twine through the hole to attach that. So that's actually this twine was already knotted in 3, and I kind of like that, so I cut it and saved that. And I'm just gonna run it through the paper clip, through the hole. How long is this video? Ooh, it's almost been 2 hours. I'm gonna be done in a minute. I'm gonna be done in a minute, y'all. I'll be crafting once we sign off. I told you I was warming up. My warm-up Sundays get me started. I'll be sitting and crafting most of the day because that's what I like to do. It's my day off. Love. Cut and paste. What y'all doing in chat? Okay. There we go. And We have to figure out who the dear heart of the week is. Before I sign off, I'll be announcing that. I bet you guys can guess. And I'm just going to tie a knot in there. And next week, I'll be doing a tribute to our Dear Hearts of the Week. For those of you who have been Dear Hearts of the Week, I want to do a little tribute to you. I thought I was going to get to do it today, but me and the camera have been fighting again. But that's all right. We're going to get it together. So I'll do it next week. But I will announce who the Dear Heart of this week is in a few seconds here. Okay. Let's glue that a little bit. This is called a tag. We just made a tag. And people put them in the junk journals for decoration, or on the back, they use them for writing. Because junk journals are kind of like travel journals. A lot of people use their junk journal like a travel journal, so they need spots to write about places they've been. I'm just going to put this here until that dries. And I want to play a little bit with this. I want to cut this a little shorter. So our blue shows a little bit. Did I cut a piece of that blue? Good thing I had more than one. And that's the other beauty of junk journaling. You don't have to be so precious that you can't be imperfect with it, because it's all about taking that is less than and making it about something. Can you see that? How you feeling? I'm feeling that. And once we get the top dry, now what it does need is a little judge, Where's me some blue? We need a little blue judge. Take some ink. And judge the edges. You see that? Can you see that? It makes all the difference. I feel like it needs a little sparkle, maybe a little bling right in the middle of that. Okay. Put our final touches and get it. I think a little bling right in the middle there would bring that baby home. Let's see what we got laying around over here. These are my little boxes of little snippets and pieces that I need to use up before I open stuff. And let's just see what we got, what we can use. That's pretty, but I would like a blue. That's pretty though. Or I would like a silver piece. A diamondy look. And I know I got some. This would not be my workspace without it. So, looking for a little bling bling. Oh, there it is. I see some. All right. that the right color? Bling bling. Not really. Not what I was looking for. But it could work. It could work. Thank you, Cheryl. Trying to get the last little bit. The last little bit. There it is. I cannot believe don't see this one little piece of bling that I'm looking for that's always around me. But I said I wasn't going to get up and go get something that wasn't around this desk today. So I'm going to have to make it work, or something pop up. Okay. Look like Ms.D have to go with what you got. Because it's all about use what's around the crap desk this week. All right. Let's trim that a little bit. That needs to be really dry. This is where you use a little hot glue to get a quick fix. I used to be the hot glue queen. You know, they have to start plugging it back up if we're going to be making more of these lives. I had really gotten into painting so much that my jump journals would be mostly about painting, but I do appreciate some of these other things too. So that needs to dry. I want this just a wee shorter. Okay. It does need that one little piece of bling. It's just missing it, y'all. It's just missing it. I know there's one around me. I know it. Something shiny. I'm just looking for something shiny. This is not like my desk not to have a piece of shiny. And that ain't it. But that could be beachy looking. The rock, huh? Okay. Well, what might happen is I said I wouldn't do anything that wasn't right on the desk. That didn't mean that after the live that I can't add that to it later. So just imagine that I'm gonna add a little more bling after the live. Although that kind of works. That kind of works. What about using a strip of the foil paper? Oh, you mean that you know what, Cheryl? I have, is it around me? Is it around me? I usually have this around me, like foil paper. Oh my goodness, where are you? Where are you? This is shiny. Oh, that's shiny. Oh, here we go. It's around me. We can use this. I kind of like that blue bling bling. This is how you never get done. Because we could use some of that blue little bling bling and we can put right in the center some of this. I'm only going to put one in the center because I want a little sparkle right there. Although this is pretty, but that's not what I was looking for. Yeah, sure, that foil would be pretty. Let's try. Right in the center of here is where I'm thinking it needs an extra little shine. And we can do this. Yeah. Shirley, are you going to make a tag or are you going to make a junk journal and we can work on it together on Sundays? That would be cool. You too, Miss Jasmine, Erica. That would be cool if everybody made a junk journal and we came on here on Sundays and worked on our junk journals. It could be fun. I will go through how we do it. Oh, good, Cheryl. Just let me know how I can help. Like I said, I made a video last week showing how I put those pages in. And if you want me to next week, yeah, that would be nice, us working together. Um, Next week, I can have most of my journal done, but we can review how it goes because it's really simple. I hate that we didn't get to all come together last week. But just look at that video show. It'll show you. It's so simple. You know what? We're going to call this a tag. Okay. Call that a tag. And we're going to put it in our book. And you can always, now, here's the beauty of junk journaling. I could always come back to this and add more and do more. Like that's hanging a little, there it is. Now it's hanging, right? It was hanging a little funky for me. You can always come back and add again. Now, do we want our tag on this side like that? Or do we want to put it over here like that? I'm feeling over here like that, right? And then maybe next week we'll make a tag for this page or we'll be doing other creative things. Nice, Cheryl. Great. I hope you do too, Erica or Jasmine. So that's what we created today, guys. We did a page in our junk journal. We actually did two. We made a pocket for the left and a pocket for the right, and a tag. And we also completed. All I gotta do is do an envelope for my niece's card. So we finished Hannah's card. I have one little thing or two to do that before I put it in the mail to make sure that everything is closed up real good. And the last thing, I understand we've been on a minute, so don't feel bad if you have to go. But since I'm here, I did say I wanted to pull out the journal that I was going to create because I'm going to be working in a journal as we all come back Sunday working on the journals y'all making. I'm going to be working on my idea journal. Oh, thank you. I love that card too. Thank you. I really like the painting. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, we can practice painting. I'm telling you, Cheryl, it's really simple. So next week in our junk journal, let's do something where we're painting. We can do that. I can kind of do it like a paint and sip. We have as a family, done a paint and sit where I help my family create a little bit of art. Um, because you can paint, everybody can paint, and maybe just need a little instruction about how to get there. Okay, so real quick, okay, I'll actually clean up the mess later. That's the beauty of this pegboard, though. It's nice to just hang stuff back up on the wall. Yeah, the dollar store, I use a lot of their paint. The kind that comes in this bottle, because they have like three kinds in there. The Cryology in this bottle, I like the ones that come in this bottle. That's a good grade of paint. That one looks like I've been loving it. So I'll show you one that's not so painted up. This one, Cheryl, that's a good paint in the dollar store. Yeah, I do use some paints from the dollar store. I do have some of the professional paints like the what is it called? Liquitex. I do use these. Oh, this is golden. This is the top of the line. This is top of the line paint. Expensive. When you're just starting out, I don't play around with that. So you can use the dollar store grade. You can use Liquitex. It doesn't cost as much. That golden, it's a nice paint, but that baby costs and it don't need to be for junk journals and for just beginning. You don't need to spend that kind of money. Because I'm telling you, that dollar store paint I use all the time. Okay, that's giving me the blues. So let's see here real quick. I can mess up a desk, can I? But that looked like fun, don't it? When your desk looks like this, it looked like you done had some fun. So, Cheryl, this is kind of a refresher on what you need to do to start your journal. And I had said a couple weeks ago, the easy way is to just get a box that's already got a big spine cover corner and just cut the sides off. Yeah, I've already started filling that baby up. So all I did was, this is an ice cream box. The grandkids were here and they were eating this ice cream. And so I cut the sides off, the top, the two on the side, and kind of the bottom. And I left that part that's right in the middle there. And so it opens up flat, but it has that part in the middle. It makes our book. Instead of having to make a spine, more advanced bookmaking, you can make a spine. Or you can even make an easier one that doesn't even have a spine. Like Cheryl, I made this one out of a paper bag. So I just cut a paper bag and I don't even have that spine. Like I don't have that, this part. And so I just cut a paper bag and folded the pages in half. I made strips out of the bag and folded the pages and glued them together. And I made this one. So it's a lot of ways you can do it. Just make something that you can get creative in. But what we were doing is these. And so this is the basics. This is was a ice cream box. You can use a cereal box. You can use a oatmeal box, a grit box, whatever kind of box you got. Popcorn boxes. We all got boxes that come through our houses. And then what we did last time was we decorated the outside together. And while we were gone, I picked out pages for this new one that I'm going to put together. And I like them long. So I know you remember how I was decorating the outside. You could decorate the outside any way you want. You can paint it. You could do like I did with that newspaper. But what I thought I'd do, and you guys, you can say bye to me whenever you like. But what I want to do with this one is I got all those strips that came from the copy paper that I had this cut to fit in the copier. I'm gonna glue them onto this as my cover, and I'm gonna brush on some coffee stain on it. I'm gonna make coffee dye look, and so it's just take my decoupage because you make your cover look any way you want, and I call these the backgrounds, and so I can add images on top of it. You can do a whole lot. So I'm just basically that one you just fine stuff because I think I'm gonna put material on. That's fine. Just put some decoupage, Mod Podge, glue in water, um, kids glue, any kind of glue. Uh, the Elmer's glue you get at the not Elmer's, but the Dots glue you get at the dollar store. It works fine. I buy a lot of craft stuff from the dollar store. The dollar store starting to get pretty cool. All right, and all I'm gonna do is take those strips, and I want to be on this before the spine, and just lay them down. And I'm gonna. I had painted some of the strips. I'm gonna do a fake weave. I'm not gonna do that over under because I don't think it's gonna work. Um, I'm gonna do a fake weave. I glue for my fingers. But I'm gonna paint these anyway. But you do want to wash your hands in between. If you do like me and get your hands all messy. I know I got more of those blue strips. Where they at? So this one would go over. Yeah, I'm faking it. It's not going to be perfect weave, but that's what I'm kind of doing. It's like watching one of your favorite movies. Oh, that's cool. And then we're going to take this one. I think I just got it. See what I mean? It's hard to weave when I'm on this thing. It's not going to be actually perfect, but it's the idea. And I'm not going to make y'all watch the whole thing. I'm going to announce who the dear heart of the week is. And I will be doing this off camera, and you'll see it next week. You probably won't see this week because it's just going to be for texture. I'm going to paint over top of it or cover it with something. But it's a way to use the strip to make my cover stronger. Yeah, because this is a fake weed for sure. Okay, I'm gonna do this one piece and I'll stop. See, I get to crafting and I can do this for hours. So not sometimes not on a live, I'll just make a video where I'm just crafting and it can be quite long. Because I know people can start and stop it when they want, cut it off when they want. And I get to just have a recording of me doing the project and as long as I want. Or as long as my computer will record anyhow. Wasn't it you, Erica, that was saying somebody taught you how to basket weave? That's all I'm pretty much doing something like that. Okay, I'm gonna stop there and I'll do that off camera. So when we come back next week, that's what I'll be working out on my journal. I'll be creating the pages this week. Sure, you're gonna look at that video. You're gonna see how I made the pages long, or you could just simply fold them in half. Your book would just be shorter. Um, Nice. Yeah, a YouTube channel is nice to start. It's a good way to document what you're doing. It's a good way to meet people. Um, it's a bit harder to make money with it. I've been at it for what, 2.5, 3 years. Ain't made a nickel, but I've been having a blast. Um, but yeah, that would be great. So I do want to take a minute and announce who the Dear Heart of the Week is. And it is the Dear Heart of the Week has been coming quite regularly, definitely participating, has subscribed and liked the videos all the time. And Cheryl, this week you are the Dear Heart of the Week. So, oh, I guess I should show my face. You are the Dear Heart of the Week, Cheryl. I appreciate you. Indeed, your dear heart. I love your participating and your comments in the chat. Last week, someone said to me that they just really enjoyed you in the chat, and that makes me feel good when we're all being a community and all enjoying the same kind of thing. And that makes me feel good. And so, welcome aboard as the Dear Heart of the Week. And you're welcome, definitely welcome. And like I said, I will be showing a little recognition of the Dear Heart of the Weeks. Hopefully, I won't have any computer problems, and I can do the thing that I want to do for the Dear Heart of Weeks that have passed, and those that are going to be coming as we continue on. So again, congratulations, Cheryl. And everybody else, thank you so much for coming. Hey, Michael, how are you? Ooh, were you the other person that was here all quiet? Uh, I sometimes wonder, there's always one person when I first get on that's there. They never say anything to me. I said, it must be Michael. Uh, if that was you, oh, I appreciate that. You helped me do the warm up before the warm up. That's cool. Um, oh, um, so I do want to say um, thank you all for coming, and I will be diligent about warm up Sundays. Will be at 1 o'clock each Sunday, so 1 o'clock Western time, because we have dear hearts that are in other countries, y'all. We're doing things. We're doing great things. Um, so central for the West Coast time, Pacific time, we will be 1 o'clock. So on the East Coast, that's something like 3, 4 o'clock for you. Central 2, 3 o'clock. Um, so I'm committing to be in here weekly at 1 o'clock my time here in Seattle. Until then, dear hearts, I'm gonna sign off and say bye. I'm gonna work on this technology a little bit more. At least we have the computer working. I got a brand new computer, you guys. I'm loving the computer. She's doing her job. Now I got to get this other camera to do its job, so that I can be bright enough and you can get the angles top down on the desk. Um, so I'll be working on that and finishing up the journal and maybe doing some painting. So look out for a video during the week, because that's when I get to paint. And, that's my joy. Until next week, dear hearts, I'm saying stay creative. And you know what? Stay safe. I'll see you next week. Bye.